Sweet. Oh, okay. I stuck my everything together on my mixer somehow. I think we're gonna be okay. So what's up, everybody? Hope you can hear me all right. If you're new, hey, hi, how are you? I'm Erica. My husband, Jeff, is behind the camera, and Bowie is monitoring.
With his mouth open. He looks like he just saw something fantastic.
Or maybe he's like winded. Like he ran a mile to get right there. Anyways, we're Artists Till Death. We go live most every day during the week at 6 p.m. Central, except for Tuesday. It's at 2 p.m. Central. It's usually resin, but it's always art, and it's always a good time. So if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And leave us your thumbs. Tell us where you're from. What are you doing? How's the weather? Communicate. Don't feel shy about joining in on the live chat, or even if like you're commenting after the live has ended. Still want to know. If you're wondering what I am doing, I'm mixing my resin because the lovely people at this place, I Stoyo, sent me a mixer. My prayers for not
your fan from Eva
wrecking my arm. Were answered? I forgot what I was saying.
Overcast in Washington.
Is it overcast here? No, it was pretty today.
Yeah, it was nice all day.
So, I like to use this to mostly mix everything, but you can still see in there some little swirls of resin that haven't quite incorporated themselves fully.
Snow all day at Nancy's house.
Snow all day. I want some snow. We're gonna go play in the snow in next month. Mm-hmm. And I'm super excited about it. Okay, calm down.
Midnight in London.
It's midnight in London?
Mm-hmm.
I
was up to catch your live.
I want to go visit London so bad. Can that be on our, like, to-do list? Okay. I don't know what I did to that, but the button won't let me turn off it, so I'm just going to let it run out. And just hand mix the rest of this.
Hold up.
You know I messed the button up on it. But it came on, but it wouldn't let me unturn it on. But I turned it on twice, so it must not be that bad. It's fixable. So you can see here, you see where it looks like there's still, like right there, boop, 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 right in the middle. Looks like there's some like lint in there. That is actually the two parts of the resin that haven't fully combined yet. From me scraping the edges of my cup, you can see more of it swirling in there every time I scrape the edge of the cup. And that is because my little mixer deal doesn't scrape the edges. That's the sound it makes when it's done. So even if you have a mixer, make sure you scrape the edges of your piece, because what happens is if you scrape that into your surface, then you could get a weak spot or a spot that doesn't ever cure because it's a not incorporated color, which means that's not mixed well enough. But as soon as you see that your resin has cleared up and it doesn't have those swirls in it, then your resin's done being mixed and you can proceed to the next step. And for me, that's going to be mixing colors. Never mind all of this over here. I am putting together more kits for our class that we're teaching online for free right here on this channel on the 25th. Could be the 24th. It's the end of this month. It's on the website with a day and what all's included in it. Feel free to just join us and use your own materials, but if you need the materials and don't want to take the time to put everything you're going to need into your cart, you can just get the complete kit, which has enough for the project and just a little bit extra. So let's mix color.
The Dragonfly rock.
Huh?
Stir sticks.
What about them?
They rock.
Oh, the stir sticks rock. Thank you. I love
Jenny
them.
Pigments. I want you and your mom to be my neighbors. Taylor.
Jeff and Jeff's mom to be your neighbor?
Ice raining tonight. School closed.
I remember being in school and then being like, we may get snowed out tomorrow.
11:04 in Australia.
And being like just glued to the TV to see if my school was going to come across the bottom on the like little prompter.
A little ticker.
Because I went to high school in Alabama, and I don't know if you guys know this, but if someone spills a cup of ice, they're like, ugh, it's dangerous, road conditions, everybody stay home. It's a true story. So so the colors I'm doing today are kind of true to dragonflies.
It could get a little muddy.
It could very much get a little muddy, but I'm not going to use that much heat so I can keep it unmuddy as much as possible. And to be fair, I did not look up what colors are in dragonflies.
Pigments to get a beautiful cell action. I can't find one that works well with Stone Coat's base tint that they don't have anymore.
So Stone Coat does not have their base tints anymore, but what I use is this brand, which is the which Color Passion. This color just happens to be pearl. It's in a dirty jar. Anyways, Color Passion, all of this brand are base tints. Unfortunately, I haven't found anything really that gives good large cells in Stone Coat's resin like the base tints used to. And honestly, to be fair, I think that even the base tints wouldn't work in the new Stone Coat formula since it went blue, unfortunately.
When somebody asked about class in person,
I do have in-person classes. They are on the website. I have one in May on the 13th and one in March on the 18th coming up, and that will teach oceans and geodes. All right. So let's mix some colors. I'm going to use Pistachio from Resin Art. This is a dry paste. And if you don't know the difference in these different kind of colorants, I did a video not too long ago on this exact channel that helps to distinguish the difference in top cell, base cell,
Tudor,
pigments.
Back.
Oh, in between. I was like, what? I thought Tudor was coming over today, but after the gems pose. So this is Pistachio from Resin Art. It has a little bit of a rainbow glitter to it. If I get it zoomed in real close, you can kind of see some of the different color sparkles running off.
That looks like a dragonfly itself.
That right there probably does just look strictly like a dragonfly, but we're going to mix some other colors as well.
That could be a dragonfly all on its own.
That could be a dragonfly all on its own, courtesy Rhonda. So the next color I'm mixing up is Purple Sapphire, and if you have been on my channel at all, even a little bit ever, you know that this is one of my favorite colors, and I will have more in stock like in a minute. She sent me shipping for all of my stock stuff last week, so I figured it'd be here already, but it's not, whatever. So this is Purple Sapphire. It is delicious.
That's a beautiful color.
It's a gorgeous purple base.
I like that.
With that pink shimmer. Resin Art always has great colors. And the fact that it's not a full mica, so it doesn't like puff up in your face when you're using them, money. So I'm also going to use Aquamarine from Resin Art, but we're not using all Resin Art colors just so far.
Beautiful, gorgeous. Purple Sapphire, one of my favorites. Gorgeous.
I'll have more Purple Sapphire like in a minute. This color is called Aquamarine. And yes, it is as beautiful as it sounds like it's going to be. Look, I can mix this as vigorously as I want to, and none of it puffed up in my face. I love Aquamarine because even though it is very oceany, aqua-y, it's got a purpley, bluey interference to it, which makes it even more magical. Boop. Wonderful palette so far. And now, I'm going to have a lot of the base showing through, I think. So I'm going to mix a little bit extra more of Interference Blue. This one is by Resin Art or Color Art, but you can use whatever interference you have access to. I'm not going to mix a lot into it because if you mix a lot of it into your resin, then it'll become like a milky, cloudy color. And I want it to still be translucent, but still have that blue sheen. And so I just put a little bit so you can see fully clearly through this mica that I mixed in, but you can still also really see that blue interference loveliness. Boop. And the last color I'm going to mix up is going to be Intense Copper. I have never put these colors together before, but in my head, it's going to be quite amazing.
Somebody's shopping at Home Depot and watching the live.
Someone shopping at Home Depot and watching. I love that. Will you grab me some contact paper? So Intense Copper is a copper, but it's like leveled up. It's got a lot of gold hue in it and a little bit of that like patinaed, like orangey looking color. Super rich. It's going to play off of every color that we have in the palette really well. I didn't mix any white or black, and I'm scared, but it's going to be amazing, but I'm scared.
Erica, the other day you said you didn't use Stone Coat on thinner molds because they bend. Which ones do you use?
So yeah, I don't use Art Coat on thinner molds because it's a softer resin till it's at full cure, which is 30 days, so it'll stiffen up, you know, in extended periods of time. And then, well, people put alcohol inks in resin, which it's a different video. But what was I talking about? What'd you ask me before alcohol inks and resin art? Oh, resin for thin molds. I would use a quicker curing resin, like, I don't know, I don't do that many molds. So I use casting epoxy, and if I'm not doing anything white or like lighter tones, nothing clear, if I'm just doing like, if I was gonna do something and just fill it with like Purple Sapphire, I would just use Quick Coat because it's gonna cure quicker. Unless you're having like a super thick mold, like 2 inches, then you're gonna have issues.
That's a great picture right there.
But on thinner, great picture?
I would love that to be the cover picture.
Well, take a screenshot. Can't you just do the volume?
I always thought you could, but I don't think so. Save highlight.
I don't know what we're doing, but anyways, so let's. My phone is. I don't know where am I. Oh, it's right here. Do you want it?
No, let's go.
Okay. So. I'm scared. Okay. Here we go. Okay. I'm gonna dirty pour some of this. Ooh, I'm gonna have to put something down. So I'm just going to grease the pan with some of the clear resin. Not a thick grease the pan, just enough. Make sure I don't have any color.
Where'd you get that cutout from?
So I got this cutout from artistilldeath.com, which also happens to be our website. Shameless plug. And I have
white when you got it, or did you paint it?
I have these in cradled versions. Hey, sorry about that if it was loud. Cradled versions, and also these ones, which are just flat 1/4 inch versions. And they don't come in white.
I saw that, Bam. Thanks.
They come in this color, and you can paint them whatever color that you would like them to be. So Tammy Anderson, one of our good friends, she did one of our dragonflies on her channel, and it looked so good. And so I've been scared to do one on our channel because I'm like, it's my product. I should be able to do it the best. But she did it so good that I feel very intimidated. But I'm hoping it'll be just good enough. I'm okay with just good enough on this one. Okay. So we got that. This. And now I think I'm going to do just a little bit of a pearl. I think I need something else. Something. Of course I need something else. I don't have enough going on. But I'm just going to do like a translucent pearl. So I'm literally taking this much pigment. Literally. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit more than just that much because it wasn't quite enough to make my milky shade that I'm looking for. You got to be careful. It's easy to go overboard.
Oh, you want to get in a chair?
I'm going to do the most. I have over-pigmented a few times. All right, so we're mostly see-through, but just a little bit milky.
There's your mama.
Okay, so let's get the party started. I'm going to heavily base it with our interference color.
You don't think that'll like thin it out?
What'll thin it out?
That being having a basically just a little bit of resin. You know, like dilute it, having a clear in there, basically.
No, I'm specifically using a clear so that I can keep a barrier between the colors because I don't want it to turn into a whole bunch of grossness. Which, when you have colors that are opposite on a color wheel, that's
So do you think pouring it in
plausible.
would make a difference of pouring it in a streamline down the center, or doing it kind of like what you're doing is going back and forth, so it almost has like when you wear snowshoes, but all the pressure, it's equally distributed, unless you just walk on a pole, and it would go straight through the ice, right?
right?
So pouring your resin down the center of your cup would be like walking on a pole. No, there's no rhyme or reason for what I'm saying.
I love what you're saying, but also I think it'll be fine. I don't think it'll make a difference if you pour it down the middle or on the side or whatever, because I do a little swirl in there anyways.
That.
A lot of my purple sank, so I'm gonna put that bit up there. And I think I'm gonna put another bit of like the green dirty pour on so I can like incorporate it over here because it's very not. And I know it doesn't look like much right now, but just give me a minute. In a minute, it's going to be great. I was going to do the whole song, but I can't remember how it goes. In a minute, I'm going to need to pump me up. Okay. And I know it doesn't look like a whole lot's happening right now, but I'm going to make it amazing. Just give me a moment.
I think we got some people that are neighbors in Australia.
There's people in here that are actual neighbors in Australia.
I don't know. They live in like. Whoops! Sorry for the extreme close up. It's so difficult trying to zoom in with a Samsung. It just wants to. 80 car. $9.99 with the cheerleader.
Oh, Katie, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
We have a party button somewhere.
Thank you very much.
Party. What would you guys have done with this piece? Would you have poured it all separately, or are you down for the dirty pour? Okay, now I have everything on there. I'm going to super tilt. This is when the actual magic happens, and it's actually magic that you don't even have to do anything to make it work, except for make sure you don't have any dry spots like that right there. Let it happen.
It's turning.
It's not muddy yet. Stop. Just let my dream live for just a minute. And you know what? When all else fails, all you gotta do is add some glitter. And then it makes everything better. I'm actually not mad at it. I like the tail. And I don't know if it's because it has more like purple blue in it than the rest of it. But I'm not mad at it. And I feel like I should add something. Should we add glitter?
I think we should let it dry.
Or glitter glass.
Do some painting on top.
Would you be willing to paint on top of this for me? Is that what you're saying?
I think it's definitely going to need it.
That's fun.
That's fun.
That's exciting. Okay, so we'll let it live and we'll paint on top of it, but I'm going to add some more defined swirls of color where I feel like it needs.
So are y'all like kind of neighbors in Australia, or is it just like because we all live in America? It's like, oh, I live in America. Where do you live? I live California. Oh, I live in New York. So you're nowhere near.
How exactly neighbory are you?
Somebody has said, I love Wagga. Wagga? Wagga Wagga?
I believe that is an area in Australia.
Yeah, it's a country town. She has family there.
Oh my goodness, what if they were actually literal neighbors? Like their moms went to high school together. Okay, I really like the addition of everything I just did. And I'm glad it sounds like you do too, all in your voice. But what I'm super, super excited about is that you are down for adding some painting on it after it cures. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let it live. And then since I have resin left over and this is really quick, I'm going to do another flood coat on another piece if you guys want to hang out with me for that. I mean, honestly, I'm not mad at it. It's very tie-dyed, very not what I was going for, but can you even be mad? Well, a lot of times pieces that I like the most are 0% what I initially intended to create. And honestly, if you've worked with resin ever at any time ever, then you're familiar with that struggle and are okay with it. Because honestly, it is a struggle. To resin and get it perfect every time.
I know you have a restock of Bling It.
I hope to have it already. They've already shipped. And I'm just...
Need a new piece of paper?
Yeah. The blanket's already shipped, but they just aren't here yet. Womp womp. Pull out my little stir sticks that I'm going to wipe off so I can reuse later. Because it's so satisfying to be able to reuse things, especially in resin world where a lot of stuff is one use, because typically once resin is on something, that's it. That's wrap. That's all. Boop. I may have to send you to get gloves tomorrow. So, if you guys weren't here for the last couple of days, then you haven't seen this tumbler that I made, and I told everybody on what is it, YouTube, that first person that says I want it could buy it for $35, and TG
is in now.
Is a lucky everything. So what happened was I forgot. No one's surprised. And pulled the tape really late. And so it was really cured already. So it's a very rugged lip right here. Because I had to heat it and pull it. So I have to fix it. So if you want to know how to fix it, then don't go anywhere, because I'm going to do it right now. So now I have to sand this down just a little bit. I'm trying hard not to sand the actual lip of it.
You want to put tape on it?
Well, I do want to tape it, but it makes more sense to tape it after I do this, because I taped it one time before and I just ended up sanding the tape off. So this is a 220 sandpaper. And if you're doing this at home, wear a mask. I'm not wearing one because you wouldn't be able to hear me very well, and that wouldn't make much sense since you are here to learn stuff. Well, some of you are. Other of you are just here to hang out with me, and I love it. Either way, I love it. Take a breath. A little bit of pressure. How long do you normally wait to pull the tape? So I typically, honestly, it depends on what kind of resin you're using, because different resins have different open times or working times. And the ones with a longer working time have a longer cure time, typically. So if, for instance, on this one I'm using Art Coat, which has...
Don't you want to kind of sand that anyways, that thing?
Yeah. So Art Coat has a 2-hour working time. in our climate. And so for art coat, I typically let it rest for let's say 6 hours. 4 to 6 hours, depending on your ambient temperature. And without...
Hello from Delaware. Hello, Delaware. Is that like rounded?
Yes.
Does it not sit down?
I mean, it does.
Oh, we're going to have to sand the hell out of that. I can take it up to the shop and sand the bottom. Oh, that won't be a problem.
So, also a blender of mine, when I left this on this table, which slants that way. And so all the resin rolled that way. So the bottom is slightly domed.
I got a sander at the shop that flatten that up. No problem.
So Jeff's gonna take it and belt sand it for me. It seems counterproductive for me to add another layer of resin when I'm gonna just sand it. But since it is a belt sander and we have a sticker on the bottom of it, I'm okay with adding a layer and then having it sanded.
It looks like it's...
So yeah. Here on ATD, we show you all the things that I mess up. So now that I have that sanded, I'm going to take my alcohol on a rag and just wipe all that sanding dust off.
You want a clean rag? Got you some of that rag. I got it.
Make sure you get this area on the lip as well, because
You have a double
reasons.
clean rag.
Thank you, my love, for the clean rag. I just love the font of this Artist Till Death. What do you guys think of our new font? I love it. So, okay, so
50 people in here. Awesome. We only got 14 thumbs up. Can we get that number up on the thumbs up? Maybe a couple shares. You guys can share the live if you want. There's no hating on that.
So because I muffed the lip a little bit, I'm making sure, for sure, I have a little bit of that silver showing so that my resin can roll all the way onto the piece. Oops, sorry.
Hopefully get a little smooth edge.
And get a smoother edge and seal in the error of my ways.
Thank you for your thumbs up, y'all.
Sorry I'm mixing videos and doing 2 projects in one, but I didn't think y'all would mind too much.
Hello, Moose Crazy?
Moose Crazy.
Moose is crazy, flowing canvas.
I love crazy mooses.
You what the lip?
Hmm?
Bam.
Shut up, vamp.
It's dark outside, so she's got a potty.
Okay.
It's not even dark.
And then I'm going to twist this little tag around so that I have something to pull later. And I'm going to fit
Do you
this.
ever bring the resin to the top of the cup and not leave the silver?
So personally, I don't take the resin all the way to the top of the cup unless that's just how, ooh.
Oh no, it's so difficult.
Sorry for
It's
that
either-
extreme close-up.
There.
Oh,
It's either up close or 10 feet away.
there is no middle.
What's up, Shane?
What's up, Shane? Oh, we got to work on Shane's piece. I keep forgetting. So, make sure I have this pushed all the way down because nothing's worse than when resin seeps under your tape. It's just trust me. Don't ask me how I know. And I'm going to make sure that this is turning in the direction that my tape is going so that later when I go to pull it, it's going in the proper direction. So if I were to try to pull the tape now, I'm working against the flow of the tumbler turner. But most of them, if you turn them off and back on, they'll change direction. So now when I go to pull this tape, I can just work with it and it'll just pull because it's turning.
Easy.
Super easy. Pro tip for your pro self. All right. And so when I go to pull the tape, I want to make sure that I'm going to just use whatever falls into this catch that I have down here. I'm going to touch the spill off, and when I can stretch it like this far, I don't know how much that is, an inch, I don't know, whatever that is. When I can stretch it that far, I will decide that this is ready to pull the tape. So I'll pull the tape into the cup because sometimes there are strings of resin and you don't want those to get onto the silver part. So I'll pull it like this. I'll just fold it down. And that way it kind of laps over the resin instead of onto the silver. Another pro tip. I'm just full of pro tips today. Okay. So now I have my resin that I already mixed up and I have too much. I don't know what I'm going to do with all this resin. I don't know why I mixed so much resin. And I'm just going to use my hand to move this around. Some people will use a little silicone spatula. Do you, but the less tools I can get sticky, the better. Less stuff I have to clean up, and I'm not really that good at cleaning up stuff, so I don't want to make extra sticky stuff that I have to clean up. What are you coughing about? I just said I'm not good at cleaning stuff. And I'm going to put a layer on the bottom to further protect from when we sand it. Oh, I need you to cut some hexagon stencils. All right, now once you have your cup coated, your only job in life is to ensure there's no dry spots. So I tend to do this a couple of times because sometimes you can't even see a dry spot unless you like look at it from a whole bunch of different light sources. I don't have that many light sources, so I use everything available to me to ensure that I have no dry spots. Because if you end up with a dry spot, all you can do about life at that point is add another layer of resin. And that's depressing. Also, when you add heat, don't add too much heat because the warmer your resin is, the thinner it is, and you don't want it to just run off, which it will if you add too much heat. Love this all the way around. Love every bit of it. So, yeah, that's all the art.
So,
today.
What's a good time to take that tape off?
So, I told them that I would...
Should I set an alarm?
Well, probably, because the time it is going to be ready to pull is going to be in the night. We're going to be all the way asleep. So for us, since it's whatever time it is right now, 4 to 6 hours, I'm going to be asleep because I'm the type that likes sleep. No shame. I thought I saw a low point, so I added more. So I have to like obsessively re-skim it like that. It's a process and a problem. So there we go. But since I added more resin, got to add more heat. But just a little bit. So I informed them that once they can stretch the resin that has fallen into your catch or on your paper. Once you can stretch it about an inch and a half without the resin snapping, it's good to go. For us in our climate currently, probably 6 hours because it's colder. If it was warmer, it'll be less time by a lot. So yeah, that's the video today, folks. If you're interested in this glitter or any of the colors that we used today, you can find them at artisttilldeath.com. It says so right there on the cup or down in the description box below this video. Don't forget that we have class in Dallas, Texas on May 13th and March 18th, 2023. So bizarre that's 2023. Which will teach oceans and geodes. Join us for the Pour With Us class. The end of this month, you can get a complete kit on our website as well, artisttilldeath.com, or just use whatever you have at home. We don't require you to buy anything to pour with us.
What is a Pour With Us kit?
What is a Pour With Us kit? So a Pour With Us kit is a box that has everything in it that you need to do a certain finish or design. For this kit, it will be a marble look because everybody always likes marble. It's a great background. It's a great countertop. It's a great piece in general. Do your side tables. It looks amazing. And it has everything in it except for a respirator, apron, and a torch. I don't sell respirators, but you can add on a torch if you want to. Most people already have one. And we have aprons on our website as well.
Somebody asked what that font was, and I got it off PixArt, and it's a little bit, the original font was a little bit too jagged. So I just kind of traced it because my handwriting is not like that. I really like the font, like the cursive way. See you, Rhonda. Thanks for joining us. See you, Julie. You're welcome. So I just put it in Procreate and traced it and kind of made it a little bit more weeding friendly, which means to cut it out, it's a little bit easier to weed when you're making stickers or when I'm making the shirts for y'all. Pull resin tape, 18 to 24 hours. That might be excessive, maybe, Evelyn. Pull resin tape 18 to 24 hours.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's cured by then.
And then somebody asked, what were the micas that you used for the Dragonfly?
For what?
For the Dragonfly.
They're right in front of you.
He did awesome, Gillian. Somebody asked how Bowie did.
Did what?
He did good. He just, they think it's just allergy. It's a respiratory thing. But he's awesome. Thanks for asking. And what was the, somebody asked about them.
They're right here. In front of you.
She wants me to pick this stuff up. So there is a Bling It, the Interference Blue. Then we have I don't know what that is.
Aquamarine.
Aquamarine.
Pistachio.
And then we have a purple.
Oh, purple sapphire.
Purple sapphire and a pistachio. And it is from Resin Art. No, yeah, Resin Art with a Z. And an E at the end of art. And it's all, we have all this stuff on our website, artisttilldeath.com. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Welcome, Lisa. All right, you guys have an awesome Friday night. If you guys go out, be careful. Uber, no reason to drink and drive. Have an awesome day in the future in Australia.
I love that people are in the future and they come here.
Yeah.
You're in the future, but you're here.
Have an awesome weekend. You guys rock. Thank you for being here. Thanks for the donation. And always be kind to one another because you never know what somebody's going through.
And always remember, we do the test.
So you don't have to.
Oh my goodness. You could have done that better.
They get it. They get the point.
They do get the point, but yeah.
Thank you guys. Have an awesome weekend. We'll see you later. Bye.
I said bye. Now you gotta show them Bowie.
Bowie's like, I need my cameo.
I don't understand why you're not on TV right now.
There's Bowie. Say hi, Bowie. Can you say hi? He's just the precious one. He did really well at the you don't want to say something? No, don't eat it. At the vet. So you guys have an awesome day. We'll see you later. Bye.